Hey there, Pre-Marine81 here. Today's video I wanted to do outside because it was pretty nice out. It's a bit cold here, but aside from that, the sun's out at least. So I figured, what the heck. This is going to be going over something that I already talked to you guys about a while back, and that was my thoughts, or at least my theory, on how Frog Lube would perform using it in the Mosin Nagant with firing that corrosive ammo. Now, basically, I'll give you kind of like a brief rundown if you're not familiar with either the corrosive properties of the ammo that the Mosin typically will be shooting, or Frog Lube itself. Now, the reason why I thought that this would be a good combination was because of the way that Frog Lube works, its properties. Now, essentially what it does is it's a CLP that you basically have to heat up the metal components of the weapon system. On this, of course, I did the bolt and the bore and the barrel and everything. And you have to repeat this process 2 to 3 times by heating it up, applying the CLP, and then letting it cool, and you wipe out the excess. And it's basically seasoning the metal, sort of like you would with a cast iron skillet. Now, what happens is this CLP will penetrate into the pores of the metal and permeate it. So that way, the metal itself is protected. The surface layer of the steel is essentially coated. So everything, the carbon and all the junk and all that, does not have an opportunity to bond to the metal and create, you know, that tarry substance that builds up and causes weapons malfunctions. Well, the reason why I thought that it would be a good idea to use this in the Mosin is pretty obvious. The fact that you're firing very dirty military surplus ammo that is also corrosive. You know, it causes a number of problems with just build up really quick, and you get that sticky bolt problem and stuff like that, and the fact that you have to clean it after you fire it because you can't leave the residue on there because in fact it is corrosive. Which makes, you know, these Mosins are really fun to shoot, but when it comes time to clean them, it's kind of a royal pain. So I thought, you know what, I had such good luck starting off a brand new Glock 22 with the Frog Lube, and being so impressed with that, I thought, you know, if it works the way I'm hoping that it will essentially be a game changer for people that fire these rifles and use that surplus corrosive ammo. It's no longer really kind of the Achilles heel, if you want to call it that, for using it. And I'm happy to tell you that it worked amazingly. It worked better than what I thought it would. After going through this process 2 or 3 times, because I wanted to really get a good idea of what it was going to do, how much easier it was going to make it to clean it, and so forth. And I'll tell you what, now that it's fully seasoned, I fired it yesterday, cleaned it out when I got it home, and this Mosin now is easier and quicker to clean than what my Glock is that I've been running Frog Lube in. Now, granted, a lot of that is just because, you know, I'm kind of a stickler when it comes to my carry weapon. It has to be perfectly clean. But I mean, it took me all of maybe 10 minutes to clean this out. Essentially, the only thing I had to do was I ran a patch with some of the liquid Frog Lube down the barrel to swab it out. And then, you know, the normal style cleaning of the bore and the bolt, wiped everything down, applied a light coating of the Frog Lube again to it, reassembled it, and I tell you what, it's a dream. I mean, even after you wipe it out, just touching the surface of the metal, you can still tell that it's perfectly sealed up still. It still has that slickness to it. All the crap that, you know, you get from firing that ammo just wiped right out. Didn't have any kind of problem. So you know, my final result of this experiment, I guess, is that it worked better than even what I thought it would. So, you know, if you're a Mosin owner, you know exactly what I'm talking about with this kind of stuff, with cleaning it and all that, and using that corrosive ammo. You need to pick yourself up some Frog Lube and do what I did with this, and you will be so grateful that you did after that. Or if you're someone who is thinking about buying one of these weapons. You know, I can't say good enough things about this Frog Lube. It's an amazing product. Like I've said before, I don't plan on using any other CLP in any weapons that I buy in the future or that I own now. It's good stuff. But there you go. Oh, one other thing I wanted to touch on real quick before I go. is it did help with the action of the bolt. I didn't have any kind of problems when I was shooting as far as build up and that sticky bolt thing. That was non-existent. And granted, yes, some of it is because I did do a polish job on the entire bolt assembly and on the part where the locking lugs meet inside the breech. But anyway, there you go. Hopefully this works out good for you if you try it. And thanks for watching. Purple Mosin Nagant out.